Hey there, eh? It's your boy Trevor, coming at you live from the land of maple syrup and poutine. Today we're talking tariffs, those pesky little taxes on imports that are causing a big ol' headache for our neighbors up north. See, the US decided to slap some hefty tariffs on goods coming from Canada. And when I say hefty, I mean enough to make a moose say, ouch. This trade war, my friends, is no joke. It's hitting Canadian small businesses right where it hurts, their bottom line. These small businesses, the backbone of the Canadian economy, are now facing a whole host of challenges. From rising costs to dwindling exports, it's a tough time to be a Canadian entrepreneur. But fear not, my Canadian comrades, because we're going to break it all down for you. Let's start with Dainty Foods, a family-run rice milling company that's been around for over a century. They were all set to expand into the US market, but then, bam, tariffs hit, and their dreams were put on hold. Not only are they dealing with higher costs for imported materials, but their exports are also facing potential tariffs. Talk about a double whammy. Then, there's Wonder Pens, a Toronto-based stationery store. They rely on imported goods, and those tariffs are making everything more expensive. And guess what happens when prices go up? Customers get grumpy, that's what. Wonder Pens is worried about losing business, both online and in-store. And don't even get me started on Ron Sim's Optical Design and Test Center. This company, which specializes in vintage camera lenses, has been playing tariff hopscotch. They moved production from China to Thailand, hoping to avoid those pesky taxes. But guess what? The US reimposed tariffs, leaving Ron Sim's company in a tight spot. These are just a few examples of the struggles Canadian small businesses are facing. From coast to coast, entrepreneurs are feeling the pinch. But here's the thing about tariffs, folks. Their impact goes way beyond individual businesses. They can send shockwaves through the entire economy. Take the Canadian dollar, for example. It's been on a bit of a roller coaster ride lately, and those tariffs are partly to blame. A weaker Canadian dollar means that imported goods become more expensive. And since a lot of Canadian businesses rely on imports, this can lead to even higher prices for consumers. It's a vicious cycle, my friends. So, what's the Canadian government doing about all of this? Well, they've introduced some measures to support small businesses, but many argue it's not enough. Some companies like Dainty Foods have even requested tariff exemptions, but so far no dice. The trade war between the US and Canada is a complex issue with no easy solutions. But one thing's for sure, Canadian small businesses are caught in the crossfire. They're facing rising costs, declining sales, and a whole lot of uncertainty. It's a tough time to be a Canadian entrepreneur, but as they say up north, tough times don't last, but tough people do. These businesses are resilient, they're innovative, and they're finding ways to adapt. Whether it's finding new markets, streamlining their operations, or banding together to lobby for change, Canadian small businesses are proving that they're not going down without a fight. And hey, maybe, just maybe, this whole tariff thing will eventually blow over. Until then, stay strong, Canada. We're rooting for you.